What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. We're going to be doing a transfer update. Before we do that, just wanted to address a couple of issues that's happened over the last 24 hours or so in the footballing world, because I feel like it's important that we do acknowledge and able to expand upon and leave our thoughts and well wishes with things that have happened. So first up, former England manager Glenn Hoddle ended up collapsing. He's ended up going to hospital. He's in a serious condition in hospital, so we all hope that he gets a nice speedy recovery and he recovers soon. And then we also have the very serious incident that happened yesterday with Leicester City Football Club, with the helicopter ending up plummeting to the ground just outside of the stadium. We've still got very little details upon that. And obviously, I'm sure everyone's sending out all their thoughts and prayers and everything going out to Leicester and Glenn Hoddle with things that have happened with that. So we'll keep that in mind and make sure that you leave all your thoughts and well wishes in the comments below. Anything that I deem inappropriate or nasty will be deleted from the comments, will be deleted from my channel, also blocked. So make sure that you keep things nice and friendly in here, because obviously when things like this happen, I like to see the footballing world unite and considering everything that's involved with my channel is football. Obviously we don't want to see things like that that's happened yesterday happen, but they have. So we'll leave our thoughts and well wishes in the comments below. We're going to crack on with this video. So we're going to start off with the ins first, and apparently, according to Sport, Manchester City keeping an eye on Barcelona 15-year-old prospect Ilaix Moriba, I hope that's how you say his name, and apparently he's very close to leaving Barcelona's academy. Manchester City and Borussia Dortmund are interested in him, so we'll keep an eye out on developments with that. Manchester City obviously always looking at expanding upon their young players and young prospects from all around the world, not just in Europe, and he's just one of many players I'm sure that Manchester City are looking at. And speaking of youngsters around the world, Manchester City, according to the Daily Mirror, are keeping an eye on Japanese 20-year-old Ritsu Doan of Groningen in the Netherlands. Juventus and Atletico Madrid apparently are interested too. He's available for around £5 million. Reminds me of a proper commercial signing, this, to help boost Manchester City's numbers over in Japan. But I looked at his stats. Attacking midfielder, scored 9 goals last season for Groningen. The best stats that an attacking midfielder apparently has had in the Eredivisie for a teenager since Arjen Robben. So it's a very interesting player to keep an eye out for, and he's got a lot of prospects there. Manchester City obviously interested, Juventus, Atletico Madrid interested too. There's a lot of interest there for him. He's a player that's coming with big demand, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. It's another interesting thing to keep our eyes out for. Now, another one, and another youngster Manchester City are getting linked with, a lot of youngsters. There's a very big transfer news coming in a moment. We'll get to that in a moment, but Sport Media Set have linked Manchester City with Boca Juniors 18-year-old central midfielder Agustin Almendra. Apparently Inter Milan, Roma and Barcelona are linked to. A new name that I'm going to again keep my eyes out for. I presume this one is not as plausible as maybe the other two. I feel like Manchester City name and Barcelona's name in this instance is just getting chucked out there, because with Inter and Roma, no offence, I don't find that they're able to compete with Manchester City or Barcelona. Manchester City with the financial strength and having Pep Guardiola as the manager and being one of the richest clubs in Europe, and Barcelona being one of the most prestigious clubs. And then you got Inter Milan and Roma, who they're not category below, but they're not teams that you'd associate with being on the same calibre with pulling factor as what Barcelona and Manchester City are. So I feel like it's them two that are after him, and our names are just getting chucked in there to help boost that price for Boca Juniors, but we'll keep an eye out for that one. Now, the Daily Star have reported on Sunday that Manchester City are willing to smash their transfer record for Frenkie De Jong of Ajax, and that Manchester City are favourites apparently to sign him. Now, the feeling is that if it's a January signing for Manchester City, then he'll be loaned back to Ajax for the season and we'll get him in the summer. Another feeling is that Manchester City could announce him as a signing and put him on a pre-contract agreement, much like what Liverpool did with Naby Keita when he joined them. They announced it a whole season before he was actually joining Liverpool, but Manchester City could announce it. I don't even think they have to announce it in January. They more than likely will negotiate everything in January if they want him and see if they can get the deal signed, where they'll either sign him and loan him, or they may well just say, we're signing him in the summer, and come July 1st, he'll be a Manchester City player. Now, one last bit of the ins, and it came last night. It was quite a strange one, but Medio Tiempo, Mexican media outlet, has said that the president of Mexican club Atlas, who's called Rafael Marquez, Apparently he's had meetings with his former club Barcelona along with Manchester City to try and form a partnership to see the players of Atlantis head to Europe, and in exchange you'll see the players from Barcelona or Manchester City head to Atlas. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that one. Could they be merging into the Manchester City, into the City Football Group? An interesting one to keep our eyes out for. Now we're going to move on to the out. It's a bit of a concerning one, this one. It comes from the Daily Mirror. They've been reporting that Juventus are keeping their eye out on Phil Foden. We know this. And apparently they're going to pounce in the coming weeks if things don't go well with talk. Because apparently, this is a bit why I've included it, interesting. Manchester City are set to open contract talks soon. Could even be this week, about renewing Phil Foden's contract. And if talks don't go too well, or Juventus sense an opportunity where talks aren't going as well as what Manchester City hope, they're hoping to sniff in, get in, and twist the mind of Phil Foden to end up having him at Juventus, which nobody wants. It'd be great to have him on a contract very, very soon. And speaking of contracts, we're going to move on to our contract news. And ESPN have been reporting that Brahim Diaz is set to snub a new deal at Manchester City. He wants first team minutes, he wants first team football. Dortmund and Real Madrid are interested. He's probably looking at what Jadon Sancho's doing at Dortmund and thinking, I want the same. So apparently Brahim Diaz will snub a new contract at Manchester City. If that is the case, I do think that Man City, I know people might not like this when I say it, but I think we should sell him in January whilst we can still get a bit of money for him. He's free to talk to clubs in January, so obviously he can sign for clubs in the summer. It puts Man City in a situation where if we want to, we're prepared, we know that Brahim Diaz ain't going to be here, we know he's not going to get many minutes, we may as well get some money for him, so I see no reason why we might want to give one of the clubs interested in him an advantage on him and sell him, so they know the guarantee that they'll sign him there and then, rather than risking, say if Dortmund wanted him, sell him to Dortmund rather than risking that Real Madrid might come sniffing and sign him instead of Dortmund, so we might be able to make a bit of cash that way. I feel like he's a fantastic player, a very classy player, and I'd love him at Manchester City, but if he doesn't want to be at Manchester City, he wants to earn more minutes and get more minutes elsewhere, fair credit to him. I would prefer if youngsters did that, headed out there, go and get more minutes and do their thing. Obviously, we can't have every single youngster at Manchester City work out, and so if you're prepared to leave, go make a career for yourself, then I wish everyone that does that all of the best, as I'm sure everyone does. But there we go, that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's been the transfer update. We've got a lot of games coming up, so I'm not too sure when the next transfer update is going to be. I'm going to try and make it in a week or two's time, but we've got so much previews, analysis and things coming up. The games are coming thick and fast. We'll be back very soon with with more transfer news, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll make sure you subscribe, put your push notifications on. You're interested in other videos and content, go and check them out and stay tuned for that one. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, put your push notifications on. Social media links in the description below, along with my email if you want to hit me with any business enquiries or any sponsorships for any videos. I'll leave up the link to my second channel, Jason Sidlow Travel Man, along with my brother's partner channel, doing mixology drinks. So go and check them out. Like and subscribe over there if you wish. Like and subscribe over here. Share my video, help my channel grow. Thank you for smashing past 1,600 subscribers. Let's aim for 1,700 very, very soon. See you all again for the next Manchester City video. I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.